Hello friends, आज हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे solving a question on LRDI which had appeared in CAT 2020 paper. It was a 6-question set, and if we look at the question and if we are able to solve it logically, the question set was pretty simple. Let's have a look at the question. So in a certain board examination, students were to appear for examination in 5 subjects. We have English, Hindi, Math, Science, and Social Science. Due to a certain emergency situation, the students missed some of the examinations. Nobody missed more than 2 examinations. The board adopted the following policy for awarding the marks. At this point, this part of the question has to be read really well. If the student appeared in all the 5 examinations, then the marks awarded in each of the examinations were on basis of the scores obtained by them in those examinations. That's what we have normally. If a student missed one examination, then the marks awarded in that examination was the average of the best 3 among the 4 scores. If a student missed 2 examinations, then the marks awarded in each of these examinations was the average of the best 2 among the 3. Okay, and then certain additional factors are given. 4 of these students appeared in each of English, Hindi, Science, and Social Science examinations. It means out of the given 6 students, we'll always have 4 students appearing for English, appearing for Hindi, appearing for Science and Social Science. So what we can say is 2 students missed English, 2 students missed Hindi, 2 students missed Science, and 2 students definitely missed Social Science examinations. The student who missed mathematics did not miss any of the sections. One student who missed Hindi did not miss any other examination. The other student who missed Hindi also missed the Science examination. Okay, we have kept the data with ourselves so that we can revert to the data and solve the question in accordance to the data. So we'll begin with ALVA, and we'd like to see which are the scores which look like averages. Okay, so let's begin with ALVA, the first guy in the list. So I have ALVA. Now, when we look at ALVA, his scores 80, 75, 70, 60. Now, if we look at 80, 70, 60, 3 examinations, best of 2, 80, 70 ka average lete hain, it comes down to 75. Now, so ALVA could possibly have missed Hindi and Science, and based on condition 3, this looks like a valid assumption. So I can take ALVA having missed Hindi and Science. Okay, then we come down to Bitti. Now, looking at Bitti, what are the scores that look like averages? 90, 80, 55, 85, 85. Now 90 or 80 ka average hota hai 85. So, and we have 2 subjects wherein the score is exactly 85. So can we say Bitti missed on Science and Social Science? Science plus Social Science. That's possible. Now let's come down to Kal. Now, Kal is 75, 80, 90, 100. Now, 180 ka average hota hai 90. So Kal can be 90. Kal could have missed maths and social science. Now, the beauty with this point is the student who missed maths did not miss on any of the other subjects. So can we say Kal is the guy who has only missed maths? Quite possible for us. Okay. Then we come down to Deep. Okay. Now, for Deep scores, if we see, his scores are looking like 90 in 2 of the papers, 180. 180 ka average hota hai hamara 90. So Deep could also be one of the guys who has missed on a Hindi plus Science. So now, when we are looking at Deep and ALVA together, so one of the students missed the Hindi examination. It could be ALVA, it could be Deep as well. Secondly, which of the students missed the Hindi or the Science examination? It could be ALVA or Deep again. Okay, in case of Deep, if we have to say, like if we have the scores like 100, 80, 90. If we take the 3 subjects out of 4 subjects that were his best of scores, find the average for the 5th subject, that can be Hindi or social science, would be 90 itself. Okay, we come down to Isha. We'll try to figure out what looks like an average score. 85, 95, 60, 55. So 60, 55 is going way too low. So 85, 95 and 60. So if we have 95 as a probable score, 85, 95 plus 85 is 180. 180 plus 60 is 240. 240 divided by 3 is 80. So the average in case of Isha, we are looking at an average of Hindi, maths, and science, 80. So Isha would definitely have missed the English section. And then we have Phony coming into the picture. Phony, which are the scores which look like there are 2 scores of 83? Definitely. So this rings a bell. Now we are looking at a score as 88 and 78. 88 and 78, the average if we see, the average comes down to 83. 88 plus 78 is 166. 166 divided by 3 will give it as 83. So in case of Phony, it is English plus social science. Okay, now 4 of these students appeared in each of English, Hindi, science, and social science examination. Now, the children missing on Hindi could be, if we look at it is definitely Alva and Deep. Okay, students. So we will have Alva and Deep definitely missing on Hindi. Missing on Hindi as a paper. We'll have, if you look at Carl is the guy who is missing on mathematics. Okay. If we are looking at English, so Isha and Phony are definitely missing on the English paper. Then science, if I have to take into consideration, science could be Bitti plus. Now, one of the students who missed Hindi did not miss any of the other examinations. The other who missed Hindi also missed the science examination. Now, it could be one of Alva or Deep. Okay, and the guy who missed the social science examination would be, if we look at the table, one is Bitti, the other is Phony. Bitti plus Phony. Now, if we have this data, I believe this would be sufficient for us to help us solve the question. Let's look at the question sets. Who among the following did not appear in the maths examination? So we have Carl in place. Carl did not appear for the maths section. Okay, so the answer here for us would be Carl. Okay. Okay, which student did not appear for the English examination? English was not appeared by English. When we looked at the table, we have Isha and Phony not appearing for the English section. Isha and Phony did not appear for the English section. Then what best can be concluded about the students who did not appear for the Hindi examination? Hindi was definitely not appeared by Alva and Deep. So that would help us with first option. Alva and Deep definitely did not appear for the Hindi examination. Moving further, what best can be concluded about the students who missed the science examination? Now, what we saw was Alva or Deep is one of those guys who has missed the science examination along with Bitti. So we have Bitti here who has missed the science examination, and it could be either one of Alva or Deep based on statement 3 that is given in the question. So the correct option here would be option 4. How many of the 6 students missed exactly one examination? So when we look at it, so it is either Alva or Deep who has missed one examination. One, Carl is another, Isha is another. So here the answer would come down to, we can perfectly ascertain 3 students who have missed at least one examination. For how many students can we be definite about which examinations they missed? So I think about other than Alva and Deep, because we are not sure whether Alva or Deep, which one of them missed the science examination. For the remaining 4, we can definitely ascertain which examination they missed. So here the option would be 4. Okay. So if we see, if we are trying to solve the questions logically, we'll be able to arrive at the answers. The most important thing while we are solving LRDI is to just make note of all the data that we have in hand and to go step by step into solving the question. Hope you enjoyed this session. If you have liked the session, do click on the subscribe button, okay, and put forward your comments. Thank you everyone for watching the video.